Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone at tarotforhealing.com. I hope you guys are doing really well. Now I'm at the mutable air. So mutable air is Gemini. So this is your August reading, your monthly reading, and I'm using the Deviant Moon Tarot, and I'm going to be just like normal, starting off with your work and finances, then moving on to your love life, then moving on to your spiritual life. So we're going to see what is showing up for you in the month of August, Gemini. So your first cards is the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, I love that one. I like that one a lot. And the World and Justice. Justice has shown up a few times for quite a few signs. So what I see for you in terms of your work and finances situation is there is going to be an opportunity to generate a new form of income, or to have some fresh new opportunity in terms of money. And so that is really good, especially if you've been hoping for that kind of thing to come to you. It definitely can come to you at this time. The world is saying definitely new opportunities and new environments, new places, new things to explore and do are coming to you. I feel like this money can be coming to you by doing a line of work that maybe you've never done before, exploring something that's very different. Some of you guys may be traveling to a different country for work situations as well, or for monetary gain of some kind. And I think that again it's opening you up to different opportunities, different experiences that you've never had before. So I think that this could be really good. An interesting thing is how, you know, the World card is kind of a card that represents like a final ending to a process, and the ace is like the beginning. So it's almost like you have the beginning and the end right next to each other. So I feel like things could be moving pretty fast in that sense, or representing a sense of completion. Something is going to be completed really quickly. And so yeah, in that sense the process was worth it, because you've gone through the process, you've been successful, and now you're going to find that now there's a whole bucket of opportunities, or a whole uh uh there's a word I'm trying to say and I have it in my mind, but I feel like if I say it, I'm not going to pronounce it properly, so let me just go with something else. I feel like, yeah, there's a whole bunch of different things, different opportunities you're gonna have access to. So that's the really positive thing more than anything. And the Justice card is saying yes, there will be some choices and decisions that you have to make that might be difficult, that might be challenging. You may have to weigh up some options. Maybe there's a number of things that are coming to you and presenting themselves all at the same time, and you can't be more than, you know, you can't be everywhere at the same time. So you have to make a choice and kind of, you know, maybe scale things down a bit. But either way, I feel like whatever options you're going to be presenting with, they're all good things. Maybe it's just a case of you just putting things in order of what you can do first, and then, you know, going down the list and seeing when you have time to get to the rest. But yeah, I think August is a really great time for money, and definitely new places and new experiences. So let's see what is showing up in for those of you that are in that are not in relationships, those of you that are single. Let's see what shows up. So your first card is is that six? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. That's nine of Pentacles, with the Nine of Swords, with the Sun. Some of you guys may have been worried about being single for too long, or for some of you guys, you may be going through that whole kind of midlife crisis kind of experience where you feel like, oh, you know, I'm a certain age and I should be settled down by now, and, you know, maybe I should have kids and stuff by now, and that kind of thing. But the Sun is saying that, you know what, you can still enjoy life regardless of what is happening in your world or in your life. You don't have to be worried about these kind of things. Some of you guys may have felt like maybe you focus so much on your working life, or maybe you know, your career. Maybe you focused on you know, gaining certain positions and stuff like that, and maybe your personal life wasn't so much of a priority for you. And it could be that you've experienced a lot of success in the things that you have focused on in the other aspects of your life. Again, maybe educating yourself, maybe your career and stuff. You have received a lot of things like achievements and stuff like that. You've had a lot of achievements, and maybe now you're kind of thinking, oh, but what happened to, that other aspect of my life? What happened to my personal life? And the sun is saying, again, you can find love at any age, at any stage in life. you know some of us are not supposed to be married and everything, before we're 30 years old. That's kind of what society says and all this kind of stuff. But, things are changing from them kind of traditional viewpoints. You have to kind of, not every woman is supposed to go through the same process in life, basically. Not every woman is destined to be a mother. Not every woman is destined to be a wife. And that's just the reality. And I think it just depends on what makes you happy the most. Do what makes you happy. That's the biggest thing. You have to do what makes you happy. And the sun card is saying you have to focus on that happiness. I feel like you could be still having fun with other people that are around you. Yes, it may not necessarily be a relationship, but I feel like there are other people that's in your life right now that you have a good time with and that you enjoy their company, and maybe you travel with friends and other people and things like that. Like, I feel like you're still getting what you need out of life in terms of fulfillment, but it just may not be in maybe those aspects. But again, all that really matters is how you feel towards the situation. If a relationship is truly something that you desire, of course, that is out there for you. But again, if it's not, that's entirely okay as well. So yeah, let's move on to those of you that are in relationships and see what shows up. The Page of Cups with the Knight of Cups with the, oh, this card has shown up a lot as well, with the Four of Pentacles. So I get this impression when I look at the Page of Cups and the Knight of Swords, it kind of tells me about fighting for love, fighting for affection, fighting to win over a person. This and that's so funny is that the Four of Pentacles has showed up quite a few times in relationship situations. So I don't know if there's something like energetically that is taking place, like just on a universal level, that this card keeps on showing up, especially in relationship areas for quite a few signs. But that card is something where it's again, it represents not wanting to let go, not wanting to detach from a certain situation, holding on to, not being prepared to release. And so I kind of get the impression that maybe a lot of people are going through that feeling where they are either reminiscing about people from the past, or whether they are with somebody and they just kind of want that person for themselves. It's like a possessive kind of energy, and that's kind of what I'm seeing could be existing here. Like with the Page of Cups, is about the innocence of a relationship, is about the beginning feelings, the butterflies and all that kind of stuff that you may feel in a relationship. And the Knight of Swords is again when you're trying to go after something. You want that thing. Like he's the knight is like the soldier in battle. He has an agenda, he has something that he needs to do, and he's here to win. He's here for victory and triumph. And so that's kind of what I'm seeing, that you're trying to triumph, or you're trying to get that victory in a relationship on an emotional level. Basically what you want from that other person, or maybe this is even a new person that you're trying to win over. And it's like with that last card, it's saying that you're determined, like you're not prepared to give up, you're not prepared to give in. You're really in it to get the results that you want. And because of that, it's like you're not prepared to let the feelings go or the emotions go. Like you're willing to follow this person, go after them. So I hope this person feels the same way. In all honesty, but because this is focusing on people that are in a relationship, I'm sure that this other person does feel the same way, or maybe this is somebody that is after you in this kind of way. So it can be like that as well. But I kind of feel like if you've had some issues in a long-term relationship that you've been in with another person, the Four of Pentacles is also saying that you're not prepared to let go of that relationship. You're not prepared for that relationship to end in any kind of way. It's like you want to work things out. You want to keep the love there, even in, or if it's a case of wanting to bond with like you and your partner, you might be finding new ways for you guys to bond in that kind of way. But again, it shows that you're not prepared to just let a relationship go, or to let it end, or to let it go in a direction where things aren't good. The only thing that I am drawn to, which I wasn't drawn to previously when this card showed up for other people, is that I never actually realized before that this other person is drawing this person into the fire, and they don't see it because they're looking away. But it's almost like this person, their own desires have almost driven them away, even in some ways, from a person, or becomes unhealthy, and they don't see that they're going down a road that is actually leading to worse. And so it could be saying that kind of be careful with possessiveness, or be careful of somebody being too possessive over you, because sometimes we do that because a part of us feels like, oh, we don't want to lose that person, or a part of us feels like, oh, sorry about that, a part of us feels like we want that person for ourselves, and you know we may feel like that's what we need to do to keep things the way we want them to be. But then on the other hand, it's kind of saying that that also can be leading you, or leading the relationship in a way that isn't so good, in a direction that isn't healthy. So yeah, be careful with that kind of vibes, Gemini. So let's move on to your spiritual cards and see what shows up there. You have the Ace of Cups with the Eight of Wands with the Eight of Cups. Sorry about that. Okay, so what I see for you guys is that basically you are heading towards good news that moves you away from a certain situation. Now, what I feel, because this is showing up as your spiritual cards, the Ace of Cups is when you feel really good internally. It is your connection with the divine in a sense as well, because of the fact that it is when you feel complete on a certain level. Like when you look at her cup is filled, it's not to the top and it's not overflowing, but it's filled enough. So it's kind of saying that maybe that's something, or a lesson, or something that is coming through on a universal level for you, about things being enough, or your cup being full. Like I was saying, if you, especially with the relationship situations, things that you try to possess or control and things, that usually happens when your cup is not full, when you don't feel fully fulfilled emotionally. That's when that side tends to come out. But then if you already feel like, okay, you feel whole within yourself, then it's like you don't need to be possessive over anything else. So I think some of you guys are going to be feeling that way. You are going to be feeling fulfilled in some aspects of your life. And that's going to be really good for you, because it's saying that that is opening you up to even greater opportunities, even greater manifestations, even greater news coming into your life and into your experience, what you're going to be going through in August. But then it's also saying with this 8 is that it's this moving you away from certain situations that are no longer right for you, or no longer good for you, because you're connected to new emotional situations that are feeling better and that are more of what you want at this time. So you have 2 8s, and 8 is a powerful number because it represents again what is tangible, what is physical, what you work towards, what you generate, what you create, what you manifest. And so you're manifesting really good emotional experiences that can be drawn to you, that is going to lead you away from certain other things that are just not so right for you at this time. So peace and many blessings to you, Gemini. I'll be seeing you. Bye.